Here's a quick story. Joe and Jane own a small printing business in town. After lots of procrastination, Joe and Jane finally get around to preparing their estate planning for their business and their boys. So without knowing much about the process, they march down to their attorney's office. Months later, they receive a stack of papers along with a huge bill. Although they aren't quite sure what they've done, they feel content. They place the papers in their safety deposit box with all of their other important papers. A few years later, Joe died. Jane had been a mom and had never run the business. Sadly, key people decided to go elsewhere, and it threw the business into utter chaos. Jane died a few years later, leaving the boys to pick up the pieces and distribute the estate and deal with the business. Before they could transition what was left of the business, sell the property, and split up the bank accounts, they had to go through probate court, which could take a lot longer than the boys ever thought. All the delays and hassle caused several fights between them, and the business continued to spiral. But what was truly sad was that most of the issues could have been avoided if Joe and Jane had spent more time studying their business succession and estate planning options before they did it. Joe and Jane didn't take time to understand the difference between wills and living trusts, power of attorney, living wills, and the critical question to consider. They were never taught how to retain and reward key employees and transition the business, minimizing losses. Otherwise, they could have eliminated probate, simplified their directions, and made the process a lot less stressful for their children. For this reason, we created the Business and Estate Planning Guide. You probably have lots of questions, like, how do I protect my spouse after I'm gone? What should I know about the difference between a will and a living trust? How can I avoid probate? What do I need to set up to protect my business and employees? And where can I find the right professional who knows what they are doing? It's time to discover the basics of business and estate planning before you get started.
Contact an attorney at Simmons & Schiavo today to learn about the different estate planning documents and devise a plan that works best for you.